This is the week of Easter. Easter Sunday is 5 days from today, and we are going to start a 49-day reading cycle that begins this Sunday, April the 4th, and will be at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day. And we have a sample of a method of doing readings for everyone to participate in that we're going to demonstrate today. So that even if you have never done readings before, or if you are not an experienced reader and would like a little guideline, that's what today's Patty Show is all about. It's a little sample reading and a little demonstration for you. Make it really simple. The only thing you really need in order to do a reading is your intention. After that, it's simply a matter of filling in the spaces. By spaces, I mean probably you'll need a book. More than likely, you need a place, and you need a time. So we are providing the time, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. That would be your local time, not California time, but your local time. And we are recommending that you use the American Book of the Dead, whichever version you have. I have in my hand the 25th anniversary edition. But you could use Lazy Man's Guide. You could use Angel's Healing Journey. You could use Book of Sacraments. You could use the New American Book of the Dead. You could use the Practitioner's Edition of the American Book of the Dead. You could use the Tibetan Book of the Dead. There's a lot of choice here. But what you do want to have is the willingness and the intention to do the reading. So let's pursue the idea of doing a reading. If that's a new idea for you, here's the basic thought about it, and you can pursue this for yourself. Generally speaking, if you get yourself into foreign territory, it's helpful to have a guide. It's really helpful to have a map, and it's super wonderful to have guided instructions that go with the map. So just think of the American Book of the Dead as guided instructions that go with the map of wherever it is that you may end up. Speaking metaphorically, in the bardos, in the macro dimensions, things might not appear as they truly are. So a useful idea is ask for help, and this is one form of help. So, if you accept the premise that help is needed and help can be given, then you can put yourself in the place of offering help to those who need it. That's a reader. Reader is the one that holds the book and delivers the instructions aloud. That's what we're talking about starting on Sunday, Easter Sunday, April the 4th. When you agree that you're going to be a reader, all you have to do is get out your book, be someplace, and start reading. It's very easy. Now, in case you had some concerns about what to read, generally speaking, most texts of this type have a schedule inside them. They're called chambers or days or sections or stages. It's pretty clear. And most texts actually indicate what it is that you would be reading. In the case of the Book of the Dead, the text that the reader reads aloud is in bold. It is darker than the normal print in the rest of the book. It's very clearly indicated that that is what the reader reads, and the other part of it is commentary or information. The instructions are in bold. For example, we have a section called Reading Number 1, the symptoms, and all of those symptoms are in bold. They include 4 individual sections that actually have numbers in front of them, but other readings do not have numbers in front of them. They just include paragraphs. So if you look at a section that's called A Chamber, 4th Chamber, it has all of the text to be read is also in bold. There's some text to be read before the bold part of the 4th chamber, but it is also in bold. So anything in bold gets read, even if it doesn't have a number in front of it or a title in front of it. The other thing is, in this particular version of the American Book of the Dead, not all of them, but all the ones since about 1980, we have a schedule. The reading schedule tells you which readings go on which days. So if you have a 49-day reading schedule, like the one we're starting on Sunday, it will tell you that on the day of the moment of death, in which case we're talking about Easter Day, you would read reading 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the day following that day, you would also do reading 4. And on the 3rd day, your 3rd day of reading, reading number 4 also. And then it follows that with the 4th day, meaning 4th day of reading in this case. And it goes all the way through the 49th day. So it's very clear which day you are reading and which section of the book you are reading. If you do not have this text, but you are using a text like Angel's Healing Journey or Book of Sacraments or Lazy Man's Guide, start reading at the beginning and stop reading at the end. And if you happen to go for one day and read the whole thing, that's terrific. If you go more than one day, then you can start at the beginning on the first day, and at the point that you stop, you would begin the next day where you left off. And you would do that as many times as you can through 49 days. Okay, we'll begin our reading cycle on April the 4th, and it will go through May 23rd. And generally speaking, when you do a reading from any text, you would read the same reading in the morning as you do in the evening. So if you're dividing up the text yourself, just repeat what you read at the 6 a.m. session when you read again in the evening at the 6 p.m. session. And if you're reading from one of these scheduled calendars, it'll say 4th day, 5th day, and that would mean on that day you would read the same thing in the morning as you do in the evening. One of the things we generally do when we deliver a reading is we have it directed towards a specific being or individual. In this case, we are reading for the benefit of all beings everywhere. So you would direct your reading, the information that you are delivering, the instructions, the communication, the intention, to the benefit of all beings everywhere.